morning. It is Friday, April 2nd. It is the first weekend of the month, finally here. I'm Maureen Kyle, in for Danielle Wiggins this morning. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram pages. Because this is all online, remember to comment your thoughts on the stories covered in this edition of 3 News Now. And one story that had many of you talking on social media yesterday, April Fool's Day snow, which was no joke. It caused a mess on some local highways. This is a look at I-90 West at Hilliard Boulevard in Rocky River yesterday, where an accident led to a pileup, a ramp closure, and backed up traffic. That area opened back up and ran smoothly for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, on I-77, it was closed in both directions from the Ohio Turnpike to Wheatley Road after several crashes involving more than 20 cars. Richfield police say 6 were taken to the hospital with serious but not life-threatening injuries. I-77 is back open as well. But today, a completely different story. Take a look at downtown Cleveland. It is glowing this morning. So is the sun here to stay? And how's the weather looking for this Easter weekend? Holly Strano is joining us now. Hi, Holly.
Thanks, Maureen. And you know it, we started off so cold this morning and we really haven't climbed much. So as we go hour by hour on your National Design Mart forecast, temperatures in the 30s to near 40 on this Good Friday. So if you're heading out to do some errands or whatever it may be, make sure you're grabbing that winter coat today, maybe a fish fry this evening. And then we start to turn that corner again. It looks like we'll be much more seasonal as we look ahead to your Saturday. Tomorrow's highs in the 50s, which is exactly where we should be for this time of the year. And it gets even milder heading into Easter Sunday itself, which is great news so that we can be outdoors. In the meantime, today, chilly but bright, 40 degrees the high, a bit breezy. And as we look ahead, 50s, as I mentioned, for tomorrow, low 60s on Easter. And our home opener is Monday. The weather looks fabulous, mid 60s, dry, some spotty rain chances beyond that as we look ahead to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Maureen, back to you.
All right. Holly, thank you so much. And this morning, the great-grandson of Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson is in trouble with the law. The 14-year-old boy was charged yesterday in Cuyahoga County Juvenile Court with breaking and entering and vandalism, both 5th-degree felonies. The charges stem from an incident at a gun store in Valley View last June. Police have opened a criminal investigation after a plaque at Kent State University was defaced with a racial slur. The university was made aware of the vandalism this week, and they say that school leaders are taking immediate actions to help dismantle racism on campus. To some developing news, more tears yesterday in a Minneapolis courtroom as the Derek Chauvin murder trial continued for a 4th day. The girlfriend of George Floyd was very emotional as she talked about their 3-year relationship and what he was like when they first met.
Sorry. He said, well, can I pray with you?
It was your belief that Mr. Floyd started using again about 2 weeks prior to his death, correct?
I noticed a change in his behavior, yes.
Jurors also hearing for the first time from the paramedics called to the scene the day that Floyd died. Derek Smith told the court that his first response as he rushed to Floyd was to try and find a pulse.
Did not detect a pulse.
And what did his condition appear to be to you overall?
In lay terms, I thought he was dead.
Legal observers point out that the late testimony yesterday may signal a change by the prosecution to now focus on the medical aspects in the case.
We are in a battle, and we have to understand that we are in a battle. But we've got a pretty big cannon, and that cannon is the vaccine, and we just need to keep deploying it every single day.
Governor Mike DeWine is sounding the alarm. More people need to be vaccinated now as new variants are driving up new COVID-19 cases in the state. After a brief plateau, it seems that things are going in the wrong direction. There were 2,475 new cases reported on Thursday. The 3-week average is around 1,700. The bigger problem here, that means our cases per 100,000 are going in the wrong direction. It's up 167 cases per 100,000 people. Earlier this week, it was at 147 cases. And remember, we need to get down to 50 cases per 100,000 people in order for Governor DeWine to lift those health restrictions. And as the efforts to ramp up the state's vaccination rate continues, the governor announced yesterday that Ohio will start vaccinating college students on campus starting next week. Although fewer young people get sick with COVID-19, the governor says college students are significant carriers of the virus because they interact more frequently with others. Governor DeWine also announced that starting the week of April 12th, many can get their vaccine at work. Vaccine providers can reserve 25% of their supply to partner up with employers in the area, like factories, construction companies, or any other organization. And tomorrow, the Summit Fairgrounds open up their drive-through mass vaccination site. So appointments are open and required to get a vaccine there. The fairgrounds will be giving out the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The Summit County Fairgrounds plan to give out vaccines 3 to 4 days per week, depending on how many doses they get from the state. And before we go, we need to take a look at the best news that you will hear all day. Yesterday, leaders from the United Church of Christ in South Euclid said that members raised more than $30,000 to help struggling residents stay in their homes. The church is partnering with several local organizations to help distribute the funds to people who are facing evictions and foreclosures. And more than 150 Easter baskets were delivered to patients at university hospitals, Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. All City Candy in Richmond Heights has been asking customers for donations to create the Easter treats. The baskets were filled with all types of candy to make sure that the children have an extra sweet Easter weekend. How adorable. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Maureen Kyle, and the 3 Morning team will see you Monday morning on Go, starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody.